Good morning, children. Today, let us read lesson 1 from your supplementary reader. The name of the lesson is The Passive Voice by Poile, Sengupta. Now, let us look at the characters. So, in this lesson, there are these two children are there. They are siblings, matlab bhai behan hai. Then, these two girls, they are the boys' classmates, Jia and Pia. And one more classmate is there, Nix, and their mother, these two children's mother. So let us read the lesson. The boy says that I did not like the school. So the boy is the narrator. Narrator matlab kahani bata raha hai. He did not like the school that his parents chose for his sister. Now we will find out why he did not like the school. His mother calls it a progressive school because progressive school means a school that supports new or modern ideas. Also, and moreover, his sister used to behave as if she knew more about everything and irritated him with questions, especially from English grammar. So, a few days ago, she asked him if he knew about question tags. Then she said, question tags are little questions that are added to a sentence like a tale. And then she behaved like a grammar teacher and said, you make a funny face when you drink milk, don't you? So here don't you is the question tag. And then she said, your voice should come down when you use a question tag. And when your voice should go up only when you ask a real question. And then the narrator, he started using wrong question tags, thinking that those stupid question tags will stop his sister. Later in the evening, his mother told him that he had been very rude. After all, his sister is 5 years younger than him, and he too used to behave the same way when he was at that age. Then the next evening, his sister started off on the passive voice. And she said that the passive voice is used when we are not sure who has done the action, or when it is not important to know who has done the action. So she gave one example saying that if mother calls from the next room and asks, have you both finished the milk? Then we can say that the milk has been drunk. Then his mother would not know that he had not drunk his milk. Then at that moment, his mother calls from the next room and asks, have you both finished your milk? Then his sister said in active voice and said that she has finished her milk and she is going out to play, to show her mother that she had drunk her milk, whereas her brother has not. The next day, a strange thing happened at school. It was grammar period and they were learning the lesson, the passive voice. They were revising the lesson because they had already learnt it many years ago. It was terribly boring, and the girl sitting next to him on the bench was Jia, who was even bossier than his sister. Bossier means always telling people what to do in an annoying way. Every time the teacher asked a question, Jia used to raise her arms up to answer and almost knocked the narrator down with her two huge thick plates. Plates matlab choti. She never gave anyone else a chance to speak, to say the right answer. In between, she whispered loudly to her friend that boys are fools and do not know except to behave in a silly way. So this went on for half the period. The narrator got really mad. And then he thought of a plan. He took the help of Nix and tied the plates of the two girls. So when teacher asked the next question, Jia jumped up to answer. Suddenly there was a loud scream because when Jia stood up to answer, Pia's head crashed into Jia's jaw. And by the time their screaming stopped and the two plates were disentangled, that means choti ko alag kiya gaya, it was time for the next period. but the grammar teacher said that she will find out the culprit. Then the teacher told the narrator and Nick to stand up. Nick stood quiet, but the narrator explained the situation using the passive voice to protect themselves. He was not sure why the teacher smiled as she left the class. Maybe she was impressed by his knowledge of passive voice. So hope you understood the lesson.